Madame Sarkany, Sarkany. Remember that not all readings will resonate with every member of the collective, and if this reading resonates with you, firstly, the appearance of two threes in this reading would suggest to me that many of you are undergoing a great transition and turning point in your life, and up until now you have been faced with a very great adversary, and this adversary is represented in this reading by Typhus. And Typhus, or Typhon, in ancient Greek mythology, was recognized as the king of all monsters. And I would like to point out that in ancient mythos, many of the ancient Greek mythologies and ancient Egyptian mythologies tended to overlap in ancient stories. Typhus and his battle with Zeus was also indicative of the battle between Horus and Set, many people suggesting that it was the same battle. And when Zeus and Typhus were ensued in their great battle, all the gods and goddesses, it was said, fled to Egypt. And there were stories that the gods and goddesses of ancient Greece had become the gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt, hiding and concealing themselves in the form of mortals in combination with animals. So you can see these stories parallel, and as a result, their symbolic meaning has great significance for you in the collective today. So firstly, Zeus conquers over Typhus. At all odds, he beats Typhus, meaning you can conquer what it is that you are confronting in your life at this time. But what is it that you are conquering, and how is it going to manifest? Stay tuned, as Artemis has a special message for you today in conjunction with the remainder of the reading. But let's explore the importance of Bandajet. Firstly, Bandajet was recognized as a ram god, and it had 4 heads. And oddly enough, the Christians somehow confiscated and appropriated this image through their comparison to the ancient Greek god Pan and another paganistic Baphomet, and somehow created the image of the devil, which was a misrepresentation of this god, the 4-headed ram, who was symbolic of not 1 but 4 ancient Egyptian souls of various gods: Ra, Shu, Geb, and Osiris. This god's presentation in your life brings great omens. Stay tuned after 3 minutes. What omens does it bring into your life? Growth, renewal, harmony, balance, fertility, and life and protection. But what else must we know about this great ram god? Firstly, its wings show a connection to the divine. The solar disc in Cobra and the winged either hawk or eagle here, representation to Ra and protection. You have 4 primordial gods represented in this one figure, and this figure turned out to be a mediator between within this fight between Horus and Set, the god of chaos. But not only that, Set was associated with foreigners, violence, chaos, disruption, which means that this great fear in your life could possibly be inflicted by somebody who has thrust themselves into a position in your life that is foreign to what they should be doing. Set never belonged in his position, and as a result, whomever has come against you has placed themselves in your lives, and they don't belong there. And the battle is to get that force, that person, that energy out of your life, and they are a very strong force of nature. That took Zeus, the king of all gods, to displace, and that took 80 years of fighting between Horus and Set and also Osiris was murdered by Set, his brother. So this force of nature seems unsurmountable, but Bandajet intervenes and gets neath a primordial goddess to make the final decision in the favor of Horus, which means that whatever situation you are facing, justice and protection are with you and will end up reigning over the day. Now let's take a look at the major cards that are involved in this situation. We have the Three of Pentacles, Aleister Crowley's tarot, the Thoth or Tote. And we have the Three of Pentacles here. If you notice in the middle of the Three of Pentacles, we have a pyramid. This suggests that whatever it is that this person, the collective, is working on is a stable, long-term foundation, bringing success and security. And this can only be done through hard work and strategic planning. This is someone who is conservative in nature. And not only that, there are other people that are involved in this venture. And if it is a relationship, this person may appear emotionally detached at times, but they are all about loyalty, hard work, and building something that lasts forever. And normally I don't like to use the term forever, especially in today's day and age, but this person is all about building something that lasts forever. They have a very stoic personality. You're not always going to know what they're thinking. The three discs here represent, the mind, the soul, and the body. And you see that throughout this reading, represented by Pentacles, Earth and the body, the Three of Wands, the spirit, the heart. And also we have swords in this reading in the form of the Queen of Swords, which represents the intellect. Or we could do that as the mind. This would be the body, and this would be the spirit. And this is all working together in order to create harmony in one's life. And one will be able to create and manifest great success, great gain, great prosperity in one's life. And you see that within the Nine of Pentacles. These three spheres here represent the sun, the moon, and the spirit interlaced, working together to manifest great things in the earthly realm. So regardless of the fears that are faced in this reading, success and prosperity are assured. However, what is this great force of nature that one must be afraid of? Well, firstly, working with others is never easy, and obviously there's a corrupt force trying to work against the collaboration that is occurring with these individuals in the collective. And we have the Five of Cups in combination with the Priestess. And this shows me that somebody has learned from heartache and disappointment, and through that they use their intuition and their inner knowing to assess situations and manifest something out of that. The High Priestess is about detaching through situations. The net here is about seeing through illusions. The camel represents Gimel in the Hebrew letter Gimel, which is associated with camel. Camels bring water across the desert. This is about bringing inner knowing and the subconscious across the veil of illusions in order to manifest things in light. The bow is representative of Artemis's bow. The moon bow here. She was a huntress, and she shot down Orion, the great hunter, and placed him in the sky, and then shot down this great scorpion, Scorpius in the sky, to constantly protect the world from vicious hunters. So, what this symbolizes to me, Artemis's protection and whatnot, is that you are being protected by a force of nature that is trying to take your resources and preying on you, a predatory force of nature. The Queen of Swords symbolizes intellect, learning from sorrow, and as you notice, she has a head in her hand. She appears to us in combination with the Nine of Swords. She has learned very hard lessons through harsh realities and harsh experiences, and she uses her mind to rise above situations and her inner knowing in order to cut through enemies. And the last card is the Three of Wands, the spiritual movement forward, collaborating with others to reach a turning point in one's life, conquering evil sources of energy that work against you, that are hard to pinpoint, and looking towards the horizon. Whoever is going through pain and hardship, you have the power to overcome and work with others.